My name is Jake Warren. I'm a sophomore studying mechanical engineering at UT. I ride for my aunt, Mary Ann Pike, who was diagnosed with breast cancer several years ago and passed away in January of 2016. My aunt was an amazing person, and I grew up extremely close to her. I spent the night at her house countless times. She always had these beautiful gardens, and I'd work in the gardens with her, and she'd cook, and her house always smelled amazing, and her home was just as much of a home as it can possibly be. When Mary Ann was diagnosed, that was my first time seeing cancer up close and personal. I had heard of people having cancer, I'd heard of people who had passed away from cancer, but I had never experienced it with someone who I knew so personally. And I had no idea what to expect. And so then to watch her for the next year and a half go through chemotherapy was just terrifying, honestly, because all we saw was the negative side effects. We never saw her really get better. And that was really hard because the hope aspect was almost non-existent. It was really hard to hope for a positive outcome. And I can't imagine going through that without the faith in God that my family already had, because that was really our only source of hope. And knowing that we would see her again one day was really our only comfort, because we saw her joyful nature just completely disintegrate in front of our eyes. And I'd see her every few weeks, and every time it was just like a little piece of her had been taken away. And that was awful, because she was such a joyous and sweet and kind person. And so I ride for hope, because I can't imagine going through that process without some sort of hope, and a lot of people do. And so I want to work to share that hope with others. I heard about Texas 4000 from my dad. He had gone to a company charity skeet shoot, and Texas 4000 it was a fundraiser for Texas 4000, and they had paired one rider with every team that went around. And so the whole day he got to hear about this organization, and that was at least 7 or 8 years ago. And so at the time I wasn't even thinking about college at the time. It was a long way off in my mind. But he told me that there was this group of kids that biked from Austin, Texas to Anchorage, Alaska. And I just thought that was so cool, and I just knew I wanted to do it. I had no idea what the cause was. I had no idea anything about the mission or what it really involved. I was just like, I want to bike to Alaska. And so as I got closer to UT, I learned a little bit more about it. And one of my Camp Texas counselors, Jeff Conley, was actually on the 2017 team. And at the end of Camp Texas, when he started to talk about what he was involved in, I was like, this is awesome. Like I'd kind of forgotten about it in the rush of school starting. And so I asked him about it. He put me in touch with some of the recruitment counselors, and that's how I got involved. And I applied, and I was extremely blessed to get accepted my first year applying. And I couldn't be more excited about it. One of the ways that Texas 4000 has already impacted me the most is when we started having our regular Monday night meetings. I'd go, and I was in this room with 80 other people that a few of whom I had met and who I knew their name, but a lot of them I hadn't met yet. But every meeting we'd start off with 2 people doing their why rides and talking about who they ride for and what they ride for and why they joined Texas 4000. And it blew me away in this room of 80 people that not one person had a shortage of reasons. No one just joined because they wanted to. Everyone had been touched in a personal way by cancer. And to realize that everyone has been affected by it, and I just happen to be more recently affected than some. Most people have seen it throughout their whole lives, and that really made me realize how much it's worth fighting for, and that there are so many people that need help, and that we can have a positive impact on. One of the things I'm most looking forward to is spending time with my teammates. Texas 4000 was kind of the one big thing I got involved in my freshman year. Because I knew I was waiting to find out if I made the team, I really didn't get involved in anything else, and that was probably kind of short-sighted because I kind of put all my eggs in one basket. But I was so excited when I found out I made the team, and mainly because I knew that no matter what, there were going to be a lot of like-minded people on the team and a lot of people that I would enjoy being around, and that's already has rung so true. I can't wait to go camping with others and just spending time on the bike and challenging each other physically and mentally and emotionally, and just the time we'll get to spend talking and opening up things that you have to be comfortable with others to open up, and so I'm really looking forward to that aspect of it.